Okay, the thing is that I have my fucking ice pack like on my thigh, and excuse me. I should have taken a sip of water or cough drop, put in a cough drop before starting this video. But like the thing is, I keep telling you, every time I'm like comfortably seated, then I don't really want to get up, you know? It's just like, especially since I was getting right to the point of, you know, wanting to explain my point of view on this whole like fucking live nonsense of people getting killed or killing themselves. Right? Like, first of all, we live in, you know, a society or a time when free speech does not exist, which is why people have to like come up with words such as unaliving themselves. I hate that term, but I just want to make it clear this is exactly what I'm talking about, this subject. My opinion is that as a leader, whether it is Facebook or any other platform that allows live streaming. So you have leaders leaders who are running these platforms or organizations, and then you also have government. You know, for example, the government in some places has outlawed or whatever, or made illegal, you know, Airbnbs, for example. My point is that if you're seeing this trend of people who are desperate for fame, or, you know, it's become an outlet, especially, you know, I told you I'm a CT, getting into all this fucking criminal nonsense. I've told you guys about Midnight Productions. Like, there's a whole, like, black market out there whose sole purpose is to, like, kidnap people, fucking torture them on camera, and sell this for profit, and supposedly the police and authorities are involved. Right? This is scary shit. I mean, first of all, I feel that social media and TV, it's just meant to instill fear in the masses. So that's my first opinion, because everything that you see on social media, on TV, it's always bad news, because that's what gets the views. It's entertainment, no matter which way you dress it up, whether it's news or whatever. It's purely entertainment. That's my opinion. And then, of course, I tell you my CT stance, right? Kill them all. So, but my point is, if I was in charge of any of these Facebook, Instagram, whatever platforms, right? You even got like WhatsApp. You can like, I don't know. There's just too many to keep up. X. I don't know, because I don't fuck with that shit. I mean, I told you I was banned from Twitter. I was banned from a lot of things because of how outspoken I was about adrenochrome, etc. Okay? You know, I know I go off on tangents a lot, but it's like, yo, you know, if you watch enough CT type of content on YouTube, etc., you know, how many stories, like, even just Diddy. This motherfucker just like getting how many charges against him? I mean, I don't follow everything like to the T, but like he pled guilty or whatever on 2 charges because clearly the established order hates women, you know? I feel like, and now that I'm consuming all this like true crime content, if you take notice, all the true crime or whatever tragic cases that you learn about, I feel like it's mostly just violence against women. And then it's like, after hearing about whatever murder, homicide, etc., it's like, what the fuck? This motherfucker only got 25 years for whatever, or only 40 years? Like, I don't know what your opinions or beliefs or stances are with regards to, like, let's just say, the death penalty. I mean, there's just so many different things connected to this topic, right? I mean, in my opinion, I don't know enough about prisons, but it's another economy in of itself, you know, because a phone call to an inmate costs how much? It's ridiculous. I don't know if you've ever visited an inmate, if you've ever known anybody who got incarcerated, who went to jail or whatever, but like, you know, cigarettes is a form of currency, etc. Like, I know this much. I mean, but prisons and jails are all different all throughout the world, right? You got like high class, luxurious types of prisons in like Scandinavian countries. I don't know if it's like Norway or whatever, Sweden. Like, they have nice nice prisons. And anyway, my point is, like, going back to the leadership thing. If I was in a leadership position, which is why I think it's appropriate for me to have him with me in this one particular scene, talking about this topic. As a leader, I feel it's your responsibility to address this situation, address this issue of people doing terrible things, such as suicide, murder, etc., on live streams. I honestly feel that, number one, children should not be allowed on social media whatsoever. It's definitely not a safe place. It's not regulated enough. There's not you have parental controls, you know, but my point is there are predators, you know, psychopaths. There could be psychopaths, sociopaths watching my content. I mean, I told you about my stalker issues, some of it. As a leader, it's your responsibility to ensure the public's safety. If you're seeing that there's a trend in people doing such terrible things, like, clearly, you know, what is that phrase that I like to say? Actions speak louder than words. So, okay, going back to Mark Zuckerberg, because he's in charge of Facebook, right? Oh, he's going to hire 3,000 people to address the issue of, you know, oh, if somebody is displaying, you know, questionable behavior that might suggest, you know, crazy shit happening, such as, you know, the M word or the S word. You can't even, like I said, there's no freedom of speech, so we're all on the same page here, right? Because I was talking about, you know, people, like, there was that, I don't remember her fucking name, the girl in Mexico. Basically, she was on Facebook Live, I think, and she was, I don't know if it was shot, like, on camera, and then, like, this other girl, so I think she was, like, working in as a hair salon, something in the beauty industry. I don't know what the fuck, I have to go back and check it, but there's so many instances of terrible, tragic things happening on live streams. That's just one example. I mean, creators, content creators are so, like, desperate for attention, because, you know, it's how you're gonna get monetized. It's how you're gonna stay fresh, and because, like, once you're at the top, you have to stay in the spotlight. You have to fight to stay on top, because otherwise people will lose interest. They're gonna get bored. They always want something new and fresh. They want to be entertained. And if they don't like you anymore, they're just gonna unsubscribe. And that obviously affects your bottom line if you're monetized. But my point is, because, you know, it's kind of like Hollywood. It's the top 1% make all the big bucks, right? But my point is, if you are a leader, it's your responsibility to the people. Like, oh, so here I go talking shit, right? This is why my channel's called Talking Shit. Because, Mark Zuckerberg has hired 3,000 people to address this issue. No. That's a leader, and that's how he's handling this issue of, you know, things going terribly wrong with what you created. You created this ability for people to do live content, to live stream. Whoever is in charge of any platform, and you have given the people the ability to post live, you are a leader. This is your platform. You need to take responsibility. Clearly, the fact that they still continue to allow people to live stream, despite the fact that there's been so many deaths. Yeah, I said the D word. People getting killed. People killing themselves. Whatever. Like, okay. Oh, should I just be afraid that my shit's gonna, like, get taken down? I'm gonna take the risk, because somebody needs to say this. This is serious. I know I joke around a lot, but, like, seriously. Why are they still allowing people to live stream? Why are you still allowing this function on your platform? This goes back to actions speak louder than words. Clearly, it's because they don't give a fuck. Clearly, because of the depopulation agenda. They want people to die. Duh. So, I mean, like I said, kill them all. What do I care? Here's the thing, you know, watching all this, like, true crime shit, and then also, like, you know, I'm considering, I told you guys that I want to, like, get the fuck out of here. But really, I keep saying I just need magic to happen. I need magic to happen because I don't want to be on this fucking planet anymore. This planet is going to shit. This planet is fucked. Why do you think Elon is trying to fucking go to Mars? Because this planet is fucked. This planet is overpopulated. This planet is polluted. The people are just fucked in the head. You got so many fucking homeless people, man. Like, I just simply want to live somewhere safe, warm, affordable, and doesn't have any homeless people. And that feels impossible. The cost of living and inflation affects everybody. I think there's like the whole inner earth, Agartha or whatever. Okay, now I lost this camera. Used up all the storage. I really don't like this angle. Let me just fix it. Okay. Look, I've talked so long without a sip of water. So I think I have been able to express myself, my 2 cents on this subject that I feel is important. I mean, you've never seen me doing anything live. This is as close to live as it will be, because if you think about the structure or style of my content, I basically have ceased editing my videos. So this is pretty raw, fresh, and as soon as I finish recording, I upload it immediately. So it's practically almost live. And obviously, if anything bad happens to me, then you wouldn't know, because there would be nobody to upload it, unless if, somebody, was literally targeting me and then they decide to fucking upload it. But then, of course, they would just be giving themselves away, right? I've been following true crime recently just because it's just so intriguing, especially since I told you I'm going to start a security job. I mean, I'm just getting spun up on the industry. But yeah, this whole live stream nonsense. I mean, social media is a bad habit. It's turning people into zombies. Everywhere you go, you see people just like staring down at their phones. Like, and they're like really glued to the fucking phone. It's just like so close to their fucking eyeballs. And they're like hunched over, looking down at their phones. I feel this is why I just call everybody SRZs. Slave robot zombies. Like, if they're not just like completely oblivious to their surroundings, they're just like either, slaves to their phones, or they're drug addicts, or just simply homeless and desperate, destitute. I feel like this situation is just getting worse and worse. So I think I have that. Oh fuck! I left my book is in my room. The Science to Getting Rich or whatever. Now, how am I supposed to banish poverty or the poverty mindset? How do I banish these negative things and lack? How do I banish this from my mind when I'm literally surrounded by homeless people, desperate people? I mean, I'm not, rolling around in money yet. But in that book, he talks about, distancing yourself away from the lack mindset, just... I mean, if you've read enough self-help manifestation books, they all basically say the same shit. Oh, law of vibration, blah, blah, blah. Law of assumption, blah, blah, blah. How do I get away from poverty? As soon as I go anywhere, you see beggars, homeless people everywhere. You cannot escape it. Anyway, yeah, so I guess you could say I'm against live stream because of all the bad things. But not just that, I just told you how I feel about, kids and social media. There are real predators out there. I'm not gonna, what you do and how you structure your content is your business, but you see the missing kids, you see the missing children fucking posters in Walmart. And here I go giving them free advertising, just saying their name. This shit happens every single fucking day. I talk about, these people, how they make blood sacrifices, etc. Like, this is a real thing. So for you to just put a spotlight on your fucking loved ones, I mean, I'm not gonna tell you what to do. I wouldn't do it. I mean, these are my loved ones, but they're already dead. So yeah. Let's see. So yeah, I just think that live stream is a terrible, awful thing. I mean, if so many people's lives have been taken because of this tool, this live streaming tool ability, any sensible leader should want to or desire to disable this tool. Just remove it from your platform. But no, you still have the ability to live stream, despite all the shit that's happened. If you're not aware of it, just do a simple search. I mean, I cannot assume that, everybody is on the same page and everybody knows everything that's going on. So that's why I have to say it like that. I mean, that girl who lost her life, she was Mexican, I think. I already told you, Mexicans are fucking crazy. My ex was Mexican. My ex-fiance was Mexican. But, I mean, we left on good terms. I mean, we were actually still talking, or, reconnected, or he reached out to me, years later, because he got married to some other lady. But, yeah, he tried to, connect with me again years later, and I mean, I was messaging him or replying back to him at first, but then after a while, I was like, you're already married. I just don't see a reason for me to talk to you anymore. So I just kind of ended it. But yeah, I know what I just said about Mexicans, but I wouldn't consider him a normal, typical Mexican, because he's not, he's tall. Many of the Mexicans are usually on the shorter side, but he was also, I met him in the Marines. So, anyway, I don't want to talk too much about that, because, that's my past. But for the most part, most Latin American people are fucking crazy. So, plus, super machismo. And that's the reason why I say he's not the typical, because my ex was not really the machismo, male dominant type. I feel like we were kind of, and because he was a Libra, that's what it is. So, anyway, those are my 2 cents on the whole live streaming thing. I think that it's just bad news. I mean, I'm not in a position to, disable the live streaming feature. But clearly, your leadership does not they don't give a fuck. If they did, then people would not still have the ability to live stream. But they don't give a fuck about that. They give a fuck about this. That's all that matters.